See, there's all this loose rock piled up. So, yeah, I guess I could climb out that way, but it'd be tricky. So there's that shortcut I could have taken. See, there's that wall. So remember, on the other side of that wooden wall, there's just loose rock there. So that wooden wall is holding back a lot of rock. It makes you wonder though, wait a minute, what about before that wooden wall was built? So here's that other shortcut I told you. If you don't mind taking the shortcut, you can climb up with all that loose rock. Look at this loose rocks right here. Are you sure that's not going to come down on your head if you pull on it? Yeah. I'd get sure before you try it if I were you. Alright. There's a cool little crawlway back there. More wood. Lumber. Timbers. Okay, there's my way out. There's the ladder. But I'm not at the lowest room yet. I'm gonna go down here, see if I can find anything good or evil, either way. Wow. Huh. A little bit of a hiding spot under here. Notice how the rock is a little bit brown down here. It's the same cave. So why is it all sorts of weird different colors? And I don't mean the graffiti. That totally doesn't count. So there's some nice white rock over there. Since this is a limestone cave, I thought the whole place would be like that. There's a lot of loose rock here. So there's a way down there. I already peeked. It goes back a few dozen feet, but it would be a crawl. It's just a little tube. There's no point. So I'm not going to bother to climb down there. Notice the charcoal here from people lighting fires. It's a nice big room ahead. Notice there's a way down there. Another dead end. Oops. So this room here, the ceiling's less than 10 feet tall in most places, but it's dozens of feet in diameter. It's very large. Hot summer day before air conditioning, this would be a good gathering place, as long as nobody's afraid of the dark. Notice the floor is uneven here. I'm like standing on top of a 10-foot cliff here. Trying to decide, okay, which way do I want to go down? Well, before I go down, I want to look at the ceiling. The answer is I'm going to go around to the right. There's an easy way to the right. Well, I want to show you the ceiling here. Since this is a limestone cave, but look at this. See how it's smooth over here to the left? And then much rougher to the right. So it's very uneven. I'm just going around to the right because I'm going around the cliff. There's like a little ridge through the middle of the room. So now that I'm going down, the ceiling is more like 20 feet above me because the floor is deeper, but the ceiling is the same. I could cut through there. Oh well. Anyway. So I was just standing up here to the left on top of this. Just made a big U-turn basically. Huh, there's a hole in the floor. Interesting. Actually, it's common for limestone caves to have a lot of holes. But look at this. To the right where it's shiny, I think people have been chipping at that. Literally breaking it. Either because they're bored or I think there's gonna be gold in there. I highly doubt they found anything valuable. Yeah. So let me look up at the ceiling. I'm standing on a high point in the cave. Yeah, it's very, very brown in here, but I still think this is limestone. It should be white. So somehow it's really, really dirty. Kind of disappointing. Oh well. And then of course there's spray paint there. It's funny, if you go to Hollywood, work on movies, if you're a legitimate artist, you can make a ton of money. But apparently some artists think just vandalizing a cave wall is close enough for government work. Huh. Same thing here. See how it's bright and shiny? But the thing is, how did it get exposed instead of covered dirt? I'm guessing people have been chipping away at it. I don't know how else it would have been exposed like that. Kind of weird. It's down at the bottom end of the cave where this has been happening. Maybe people made it to the end and they want to see if there's any more cave. Keep digging. This is a very dry cave, so I don't think it's going to be changing in size anytime soon. A lot of times a limestone cave, it has water flow, so it's actually going to keep changing, get bigger and smaller. Formations grow, formations break off over thousands of years, millions of years. But if there's no water flow, none of that can happen. It's very dry around here right now. I don't see any sign of moisture. Okay. See, notice here how the walls, part of it's are brown, part of it's gray and white. Ahead is much darker brown. It's very, very dirty for no apparent reason. I don't think, like I said, I don't think all this brown is literally from vandalism. I think it is actually from animals and from, you know, dust blowing in here. We're at the end. There isn't a lot of airflow though. But if this cave is millions of years old, it would have had plenty of time to do stuff. Okay, so I'm pretty much at the end. I'm not gonna bother to go any farther. But yeah, very pretty back there. More graffiti. One federal law here in the United States says anything in the cave that's been there more than 50 years is historical, can't be removed. I took a guided tour of a cave, I think it was Colossal Cave, where they actually had a chair inside the cave. It's been there over 50 years. So it's actually considered an artifact now. It's kind of silly. Still usable too. I was telling them, wait a minute, what happens if it falls apart? You're gonna have like historical wreckage, have to leave it in there? But hopefully it won't fall apart, I guess, I don't know. There's a painting on the wall back here. At first I thought it might be a legitimate historical stuff, but then I realized, no, I think it's spray paint. I think it's just more vandalism. But like I said, if it's been there more than 50 years, they can't remove it because it's historical now.